Good day Forex trader. Your USD Forex signal, buyers to remain in control for now. There is a likelihood that the pair will maintain a relatively bullish trend as bulls target the key resistance level at 1.1650. Bullish view. Buy the Euro USD and set a take profit at 1.1650. Add a stop loss at 1.1500. Timeline, 1 to 2 days. Bearish view. Set a sell stop at 1.1550 and a take profit at 1.1450. Add a stop loss at 1.1650. The Euro USD pair held steady on Monday even as the number of COVID-19 cases in Europe jumped. The pair is trading at 1.1588, which was relatively higher than last week's low of 1.1513. Europe COVID surge. The number of COVID-19 cases in Europe has risen sharply, leading many to worry about a potential slowdown of the economy. According to the Robert Koch Institute, the number of COVID cases per 100,000 people in Germany soared to a record high of 201.1. On Friday, the country recorded more than 37,000 COVID cases, the highest it has been on record. The Euro USD probably gained because analysts expect that Germany will handle the new wave better than in the previous waves. Besides, a large population of the country's economy has already been vaccinated. The pair also rose after the ECB chief economist pushed back against rate increases expectations. In a statement, Philip Lane said that the Eurozone was in a different situation than in the US and the UK. As such, he hinted that the ECB will not be in a hurry to hike interest rates. He expects that the bloc's inflation will ease substantially in the coming months. The statement came as European gas prices surged to a record high. This happened as investors doubted whether Vladimir Putin will follow through his promises to boost supply to the region. There was no significant increase in flows from Russia. At the same time, Gazprom has not booked extra pipeline capacity for the month. This means that inflation could keep rising in the near term. The Euro USD pair will be moved by several things today. First, Christine Lagarde, the ECB president, will deliver a speech where she will likely talk about monetary policy. Second, Germany will publish the latest trade and economic sentiment data. Finally, the US will publish the latest PPI data while Jerome Powell will have a speech. Euro USD forecast. The Euro/USD held steady in the overnight session. After dropping to a multi-month low of 1.1513 last week, the pair rose to a high of 1.1587. This price is slightly above the important resistance level at 1.1528. It has also moved slightly above the 25-period and 50-period moving average. The price is slightly below the Ichimoku cloud. Therefore, there is a likelihood that the pair will maintain a relatively bullish trend as bulls target the key resistance level at 1.1650. Gbp Usd Forex signal, Gbp to hit 1.3630 amid inflation. The pair will likely keep rising as bulls target the 50% Fibonacci retracement level at 1.3630. Bullish view. Buy the Gbp Usd pair and add a take profit at 1.3630. Add a stop loss at 1.3500. Timeline, 1 to 2 days. Bearish view. Set a sell stop at 1.3530 and a take profit at 1.3450. Add a stop loss at 1.3650. The Gbp Usd pair jumped to the highest level since Thursday last week as concerns about inflation in the UK rose. The pair is trading at 1.3555, which is about 1% above the lowest level this month. UK inflation concerns. There are concerns that UK's inflation will keep rising as energy costs rise. The immediate cause of concern is that gas prices have been rising sharply because of Russia. While the country's president has promised to increase production, there have been no signs that the country will do so. Close watchers have not seen an increase in natural gas exports from Russia. At the same time, Gazprom, the country's biggest gas company, has not shown signs it will increase exports. Besides, it has not paid for extra pipeline capacity for the month. Therefore, since energy is the biggest part of the UK inflation, there are signs that it will keep rising to a 30-year high. The GBP/USD has bounced back as investors attempt to buy the dip following the big crash that happened last week after the Bank of England (BoE) decision. The bank surprised the market when it voted to leave interest rates and quantitative easing policies unchanged. This was a surprise since most analysts were expecting the bank to at least start winding down its big quantitative easing (QE) policies. Other analysts were expecting that the Bank of England will hike interest rates. What was surprising was the fact that the number of policymakers who voted to maintain status quo was bigger than expected. The next key catalyst for the GBP USD will be a speech by Jerome Powell. In this speech, he will likely talk about what the bank will do in the coming months. Still, his language will likely be the same as during last week's decision. Gbp Usd Forecast. The hourly chart shows that the GBP USD pair held steady on Monday and early Tuesday. The pair rose to 1.3555, which is still lower than last week's high of 1.3800. On the chart, the pair has formed a small head and shoulders pattern and moved slightly above the short and longer term moving averages. An inverted HNS pattern is usually a bullish sign. The pair also moved above the Ichimoku cloud. Therefore, the pair will likely keep rising as bulls target the 50% Fibonacci retracement level at 1.3630. Aud USD Forex signal, consolidating below 0.7430. The Aussie is showing relative weakness. Today's AUD USD signals. Risk 0.75%. Trades must be entered prior to 5 p.m. Tokyo time Wednesday. Short trade ideas. Go short following a bearish price action reversal on the H1 time frame immediately upon the next touch of 0.7430, 0.7439, or 0.7454. Put the stop loss 1 pip above the local swing high. Adjust the stop loss to break even once the trade is 20 pips in profit. Take off 50% of the position as profit when the price reaches 20 pips in profit and leave the remainder of the position to run. Long trade idea. Go long following a bullish price action reversal on the H1 time frame immediately upon the next touch of 0.7366. Put the stop loss 1 pip below the local swing low. Adjust the stop loss to break even once the trade is 20 pips in profit. Take off 50% of the position as profit when the price reaches 20 pips in profit and leave the remainder of the position to run. The best method to identify a classic price action reversal is for an hourly candle to close, such as a pin bar, a doji, an outside or even just an engulfing candle with a higher close. You can exploit these levels or zones by watching the price action that occurs at the given levels. Aud USD Analysis. I wrote last Tuesday that if the price could continue falling and get established below 0.7475 over the coming hours, it had a good chance to keep falling to the next support level at 0.7437. This was a good and accurate call, with the price falling even lower than 0.7437. The technical picture has changed a little over the past week. We now see the downwards price movement having bottomed out, with the price now consolidating below 0.7430. The US dollar is selling off almost everywhere, but it is interesting that it looks a bit stronger here than it does against other currencies, which suggests that long trades in this currency pair might not be a good idea. The price may continue to rise and break above 0.7430, but the resistance level does look quite strong, and it might provide a short trade. I will be prepared to go short if we get a firm reversal off this level today if it continues to hold. If the price does break bullishly above 0.7430, I doubt it will be able to get much higher as there are two resistance levels above that within the next 25 pips or so, therefore I am not interested from a long trade today unless the price falls to 0.7366 and bounces bullishly there, which is unlikely.